Hello everyone, welcome to another Router Gods video. My name is Humphrey Chung, and in this video we're going to take our EIGRP topology, our very simple one that we've been working on, the two routers and two loopbacks. We're going to start a debug on the hello packets just to see how often they come in and what interfaces they come in and exit from. So if you've been studying EIGRP, you know that on fast Ethernet interfaces and any interface that's faster than your regular serial line, so faster than the T1, you know that the hello packets come out every 5 seconds. But maybe you want to see them and you want to see what information's in the hello packets. Well, it's pretty easy to set that up. So here we've got our router set up, our interfaces are already in, and router EIGRP1 is started up. So here we're going to go into, let's say, router 1, and I'm going to start a debug. It's called debug EIGRP packets. Hit the question mark there, and we've got hello. So debug EIGRP packets hello. Hit enter there. You can see debugging is turned on, and we're going to see a lot of stuff. We're sending hellos, and we're also receiving hellos from our neighbor, which is R2. Okay. And to stop the debug, do uall, short for undebug all. So what you can see here is I'm sending a hello on loopback 0, and that's because loopback 0 is in EIGRP. I'm also sending a hello on fast Ethernet 00. So every 5 seconds these things will fly out of loopback 0 and fly out of the fast Ethernet interface to the other side. Now loopback 0 is kind of silly because there's nothing connected on the other side of loopback 0. Yeah, it's a pretend interface. So we could use the passive interface command to shut that down. And we'll actually do that later on in this video. So let's see here. Sending the hello on loopback 0, it's telling us the AS number, so AS1. We've got our flags here, we've got sequence numbers, and we've got our received hello. That's kind of interesting, right? Here we've received a hello on fast Ethernet 00. That's from our neighbor, 1.1.1.2. Same AS number, so everything looks good there. So let's turn off, or let's do passive interface on loopback 0 and see how that changes our debug. So going to conf t router EIGRP1. Command's going to be passive interface loopback 0. Right? Passive interface loopback 0. Exit out of there. So passive interface turns off hellos going out that interface. And you can also see that if we go on router 2, do show IP route, we still have the route going to this loopback. So it turns off the hellos, but yet it still keeps this network into EIGRP. So router 1 is still advertising this out and telling the neighbors about it. Okay, so why would you use passive interface? Well, a lot of times you're connected to a PC, and let's say this router, let's say this wasn't a router, let's say it might have been a multi-layer switch. You've got 24 PCs on the other side. Well, you probably don't want to keep slamming EIGRP hello packets onto those PCs. They don't need them, and the PCs don't run EIGRP anyways. So save yourself a little headache, a little bit of bandwidth. It's not much bandwidth, but it's a little bit of bandwidth, a little bit of processing time, and you would just do passive interface on all of it. Another thing you could do, another trick, is you could do, let's go into conf t, router EIGRP1. You could do passive interface, and you could do default, right? And this will default everything to passive interface. And then what you would do is you would do a no passive interface to turn off, or you'd basically turn on the hellos on that particular interface. So no passive interface, loopback, whatever. It's another way of doing things if you wanted to. So let's exit out of there. Make sure we still have our passive interface turned on. So we could do a show run pipe I passive. Okay, passive interface loopback 0, so that's good. Let's start our debug again. So debug EIGRP packet hello. Wait for those hello packets to fly in. You can see that things are definitely a lot quieter than before. you all to stop it. Okay, so we're still receiving hellos on fast00, so that's good. We're still sending hellos on fast00, but as you can see, there is no loopback hellos in this list, and that's because we've turned on the passive interface command for loopback 0. Okay, so you can see that every 5 seconds you've got a hello, and that is verified by this debug command. Okay, so that's a quick and easy video of looking at the hello packets. In our next video, we're going to purposely change the AS numbers so they don't match, and we'll see how the hellos change. Thanks for watching.